Hey friends, it's Hope. Today I am here to do a really short, non-spoiler book review over Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. Now, I just finished this book and I am quite speechless, which is probably a reason why this book review is going to be pretty short. Now, this book is the third book in the Infernal Devices trilogy, and so it concludes this book series, and now I can go on to read the final book in the Mortal Instruments, and so I'm super excited about that. But if you guys haven't read the first two books in this trilogy, I probably would recommend you not watching the rest of this video because I don't want to spoil you on anything that happened in books 1 and 2. So see you later, and here is my short book review over Clockwork Princess. Now, of course, this book starts when we find out that Tessa is now engaged to Jem, and we are trying to figure out, as the reader, how in the world is this going to work out, because in Clockwork Prince, Will also told Tessa how much he loved her after treating her like poop because he thought he was cursed. And so now the love triangle is just even bigger than it was before, and so this book starts off with knowing that Will indeed loves her and knows he's not cursed anymore, but now Tessa is engaged to Jem. I did not know how I was going to feel about how their relationships with, just Will and Tessa's relationship and Will and Jem's relationship, I didn't know how I was going to feel about how they progressed throughout the book. I honestly can say that how it ended, I did not see that coming at all. I was very pleasantly surprised, and I cried in a couple of parts, but I didn't cry for the reasons I thought I was going to cry, and I didn't mourn for the reasons that I thought I was going to mourn. So pretty much what I'm trying to say is this book just really took me, by surprise in a really good way. I really enjoyed it. I was in a huge reading slump through 90% of this book, like for real, until today. I've been trying to read this book for the last month, and until today I finally got into it, and I'm so happy that I could just finally push through and finish it because the characters were outstanding. I felt like the fight scenes were great as well. The suspense, the plot twist, the guessing on what was going to happen and who is Tessa going to end up with. It was just like a constant battle of back and forth, and what I loved about this love triangle was that Jem and Will's relationship with each other was so far beyond most love triangle relationships, because Jem and Will respected each other so much and loved each other so much that their biggest concern for each other was for the other person to be happy. So Jem was willing to give up Tessa to make Will happy, and Will was willing to give up Tessa to make Jem happy, and I just thought their relationship was so beautiful, and it was a true definition of having a best friend, and their friendship throughout the book really did touch me. I would say one downside of this book was I thought that some of the scenes were really drawn out just a little bit too much. The descriptions in this book, they were great, don't get me wrong, but I just thought some of them were just way drawn out. I did really like getting to be more familiar with new characters like the Lightwood boys. I loved how they kind of started to become their own person and become good people in this book as well, and found their own little love interests that really delighted my heart. But yeah, overall I thought this was a great conclusion to the trilogy, and like I said, I did not see it ending how it really ended, and I'm pleasantly surprised, and I'm very interested to see how this is going to tie into the last book in the Mortal Instruments series. I also really did love Magnus Bane in this book too. He is one of my favorite characters that Cassandra Clare has created. He is so funny and just so clever, and he just brings a smile to my face every time I read about him, and I hope that he survives all the craziness in the Mortal Instruments series, because I would be so sad if something happened to him. I feel like I'm so obsessed with this book. I'm immediately going to go onto Goodreads and on Pinterest and just look up all these quotes and things about the characters, and now I'm not worried about being spoiled about what happens in this book because I finished it and it was beautiful. It really truly was, and I think Cassandra Clare did a great job at wrapping it up and keeping everyone satisfied, because how it ended was just so clever, and like I said, I just didn't see it coming at all. So I ended up giving this book a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I knocked it off a 0.5 rating because, like I said earlier, I did feel like some of the descriptions were just really drawn out, and I thought that the book could be a little bit shorter. At times it did get a bit long and a bit boring, but other than that, I thought it was great. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this non-spoiler book review, which is usually just me rambling about how much I love the book. So, excuse me for that. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great day and a Merry Christmas, and I'm sure I will see you guys soon. Bye!